Today I'm going to talk about Sun Tzu and weaponry. And my focus is on the shoot and forget javelin. That weapon has become very prevalent in the talk of the town for this Russian-Ukraine war or special military operations. And you'll find that despite thousands of years have passed, right, since the arrow first came about, you'll find that the concept of weaponry still goes back to the arrow. In other words, releasing the bow with a bow, the arrow. Now the javelin is fired from a launcher, so it's not really a spear per se, but more of an arrow. And interestingly, it is manufactured in the US, where Pike County, Troy in Alabama. Now, interestingly, Troy. Now, if you remember Troy, the Greek history, and remember Achilles, and you see the movie Troy, you remember Achilles was very good with a spear, and I think right, use a spear as a javelin. Now, what I want to do is really to explain to you that the javelin, that really the feature that's so important is shoot and forget. Because when you fire the javelin off the launcher, the shooter, the guy who shoot it, could hide away and forget. For the arrow has got eyes that will seek the target into the tank. And of course, the way to do this, of course, for the javelin, there are two paths. One is direct, and the other one is to the top down. Now, what is interesting is the fact that that the emperor who conquered the whole of China, who created China as a country by uniting the 6 states, had got an army, and you'll find that it has been proven, archaeological find, the terracotta army itself, that the front rows of the army, right, is the other archers, and the first thing they do is the archers will release all these arrows. And you find that arrows still remain a key component of warfare. Arrow were transferred and translated into missiles. And then you'll find that, right, this whole idea of a javelin being used, and you'll find that, interestingly, that it has tipped the balance in warfare. That the tank was at one time that first came out in the First World War. And now, the tank is no longer, it is now fearsome of the weaponry on javelin. So I just like to share with you this aspect of warfare, of modern warfare. And what will happen? You'll find that the way to do that, of course, is to counter this javelin, right? The number strategy. One way is that you actually steal it. By the US dumping all this equipment, and of course fortunately there are not that many javelin go around into Ukraine. It may be stolen, it may be taken away, or it may be destroyed before it reaches the Ukraine. And on the other hand, it is to counter the technology of the javelin, and that will require a lot more work. But alternatively, is to look into how the javelin was made and the spare parts, and of course to block the spare parts from being available. But the javelin is a marvelous weapon. It's really something that is giving the arrow the eyes to hunt down the target. Thank you so much.